Mayday, Mayday, Bat 21 is going down.
April 1962. An EB-66 electronic warfare plane is blown out of the sky over the DMZ. One man survives the parachute, jumped directly into the middle of 30,000 North Vietnamese soldiers. This wasn't just any pilot. This was Iceal Hambleton. He knew the top-secret codes for U.S. nuclear strikes. If the NVA captured him, the war and the Cold War was over. Hambleton is trapped in the middle of the Easter offensive. The U.S. declares a 27-kilometer no-fire zone around him. They stop all bombing, all artillery. The entire war pauses for one man. Now, you'd think with the entire U.S. Air Force on standby, picking up one guy would be a walk in the park, right? Wrong? Before the golf course codes and the secret river raids, the military tried to do things the loud way. And the North Vietnamese, they were counting on it. They knew exactly where Hambleton was, but they didn't capture him. Why? Because they were using him as bait. Every time a rescue chopper dipped its nose into that valley, it flew straight into a vertical wall of lead. We're talking anti-aircraft fire so thick you could practically walk on it. Within just a few days, the rescue mission turned into a total disaster. 5 aircraft gone just like that. The rescue becomes a meat grinder. In the first few days, 5 more aircraft are shot down trying to get him. 11 men die. Hambleton is still on the ground, hiding in the mud. Hambleton's radio crackles. He's surrounded. He can hear the NVA searching the bushes yards away. He tells command, "Stop sending helos. You're just sending men to die." The NVA is listening to their frequencies. To move Hambleton without giving away his location, the Air Force uses a genius code: golf. Hambleton is an avid golfer. They navigate him through the jungle by describing holes from his favorite courses back home. The air rescue is a failure. Enter Thomas Norris, a Navy SEAL. His mission: go in on foot, behind enemy lines, and bring Hambleton back. No backup. Just a local guide and a prayer. Norris and his South Vietnamese guide, Nguyen Van Kiet, disguise themselves as simple fishermen. They paddle a sampan deep into enemy territory, passing NVA camps in the dead of night. They find the spot where Hambleton is supposed to be, but the NVA is everywhere. They have to retreat, hiding in the reeds as patrols pass inches from their boat. For 11 days, Hambleton hadn't heard a friendly voice, only the hum of his radio and the boots of NVA patrols passing inches from his face. He was starving, delirious, and hiding in a hole he dug with his bare hands. But out in the darkness of the riverbank, something was moving. Not a battalion, not a fleet of choppers, just 2 ghosts in the mist. Thomas Norris and Nguyen Van Kiet were crawling through the mud, literally smelling the cigarettes of the North Vietnamese guards nearby. They weren't looking for a fight. They were looking for a needle in a haystack made of landmines and enemies. Imagine the terror when a hand suddenly reaches through the grass and grabs your shoulder. Hambleton thought it was the end, but instead of a bayonet, he saw the blackened face of a Navy SEAL and heard the 4 words that probably felt better than winning the lottery.
"Colonel, we're the Americans."
Night 2. They find him. Hambleton has lost 40 pounds. He's barely conscious. They wrap him in tatters, hide him in the bottom of the boat, and cover him with banana leaves. The trip back is a nightmare. They are spotted. NVA machine guns open up from the banks. Norris calls in an airstrike not for a pickup, but to blast the shoreline so they can slip through the smoke. They hit the shore of a friendly outpost just as their boat is shredded by gunfire. Norris carries the nearly dead pilot the last 100 yards under a hail of bullets. The river behind them was a wall of napalm and smoke, but the danger wasn't over. As the sampan slammed into the mud of the southern bank, the NVA snipers didn't stop firing. Norris didn't wait for a ramp or a ladder. He threw Hambleton over his shoulder like a sack of grain and bolted. They rushed into the surf, literally dragging the boat and the men out of the line of fire. As they hauled Hambleton into a waiting armored vehicle, the adrenaline finally broke. For the first time in nearly 2 weeks, the no-fire zone was silent. The impossible had been done. To this day, veterans debate the mission. Was one man's knowledge worth the lives of 11 rescuers? The military decided, yes, no man left behind wasn't just a slogan. It was a promise. Hambleton was saved. Thomas Norris was awarded the Medal of Honor, but the cost was staggering. 5 aircraft lost and 11 lives traded for one. Years later, the two men met again not as a soldier and an asset, but as friends. Hambleton lived to be 85 years old, a life made possible because one man refused to believe in impossible. They didn't talk much about the fire or the boat. They talked about the golf course that led them home. The Bat-21 mission redefined American rescue operations. It proved that the promise to leave no man behind isn't just a slogan, it's a commitment paid for in blood and kept in the shadows. Subscribe for more real-life history missions like this.